Yeah, family. You're welcome once again. This is your brother Elijah Abdulatif Akelewa. And if this is your first time, try and subscribe my channel. And let's learn something today from one of our brother who had a very big problem. Scammers scam him and lied to him that they want to send his nephew to Portugal. And this issue have been keep on going around every day and night, and we try our best to solve it, and then it keep on happening every day and night. It keep on happening every day and night. And I want everybody to make sure you listen to this video and try and listen to this video, and then we can learn something from it. So, subscribe my channel and let's continue. Let's continue the audio. And not only now, it has been keep on.
Yeah, good morning to you all. I am William Techi, a teacher and an assemblyman. Yes, so this friend of mine, actually he came to do his service in my school about 6 to 7 years ago. So we became friends, and after his service he left. So we've been communicating once a while. Sometimes we do meet at Swedro. And then somewhere last 3 months, he sent me her on WhatsApp. After chatting him, he told me he's now outside the country. And I said, oh, then that is very, very good, because we are all eager to travel. And who got him there, or how did he travel? And I said, oh, it was through a company recruitment. So he's now in Portugal. I said, okay, then I'm quite interested, so you should tell me how the whole thing is. He said, oh, it's a company work, and the company will pay about 50,000 of the travel expenses, and then you, the one going, you also pay 30,000. I said, okay, then that is very, very cool. And he said, okay, but the only thing is Portugal, that is Europe. So Portugal, they don't have their embassy in Ghana here, and they have their embassy in Côte d'Ivoire, because he claims Portugal they speak French, so their embassy is in Côte d'Ivoire. So after you raise your money, he will direct you to the agent or the manager at Côte d'Ivoire, who will process your document for you, and then you will continue from there to the Portugal. So he gave me the so-called manager at Côte d'Ivoire's number. I had a chat with him also. Oh, they all motivated me. This friend, almost every day he will chat me and then encourage me that I should try my best and raise the money. So even at a point in time, I asked him which company is he working with. And he mentioned DHL Logistics. I don't know if you have heard of DHL, that shipping company. Yes, it's a worldwide company. So even that convinced me more. And then at a point in time, he posted pictures he has taken with some white guys. So I asked him, oh, who are those white guys? And he said, oh, they are his co-workers. So it's actually a nice opportunity. And then he told me, after deductions and everything, his take home is 8,500. So if you spend 30,000 within some few months, you can pay off the amount you spent. I said, okay, then I've heard. I am working, so I have a nephew who has completed secondary school last 2 years or so. So I'll push hard for him. So we kept communicating, and early last month I raised 5,000. So he told me if I'm not getting all the money, whatever amount I will get, I should give it to the boy for him to set off. And when you get there and they're processing his documents, I can also be back and then be pushing for the rest of the money. Then at a point in time, I also told them, oh, my boy is not having a passport. They said, oh, you shouldn't worry, you should come. When he gets there, they prepare the passport, everything for him. So he should come with his birth cert, Ghana card, WASI results and certificate, BC and everything. I said, okay. So this friend kept convincing me, kept talking to me every day. He would chat me, oh bro, how far? Oh, push hard. I was even selling my 2 plots here. So after I got the 5,000, I added some TNT and my boy set off to the Côte d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast. Fortunately, he got there. But before he leave here, I told him that although I know the guy for about 6-7 years and I trust what the boy is telling me, I have some little doubt of about 10% or 5%. So when he get there, he should be very, very observant. If he sees anything fishy, he should try every means possible to run away, because I'm not there with him. He knows no one there. So I told my boy and this too. He set off, he got there, and then they came for him and they took him to a hotel. So I told him, okay, if he has gotten there, they gave him food. And I told him I will not send him any money until they go and process his passport, because with that passport you cannot apply for visa. So I told him it is until they have gone to process or fill a form to acquire the passport for him, I will not send any money, because I was then left with 25,000, because when he was going I gave him only 5,000. So the next day after he got there, they took him to an office. He went and filled a passport form. Then he took pictures and sent me. I said, oh, then if they have gone to fill passport forms, then it means it really a genuine thing, because with that passport you cannot apply for visa or what have you. Then after the passport filling, they started putting pressure on me to send them some part of the money, because I had only paid 5,000 and the whole thing to the need and 3,000, so my 5,000 was woefully inadequate. So they were calling me, they were putting pressure on me. Then I sent them 10,000 again. The acknowledged receipt of the money. I had a chat with my boy too. He said, oh yes. Then after they got 10,000, they told my boy they will be going to buy a new Côte d'Ivoire SIM for him. So my boy had a chat with me and he said, I said, no, I'm not convinced, because I'm only chatting with you on WhatsApp. So that's on WhatsApp, whatever be the number, you can chat with anyone. So I told him to be observant and be very critical, because what they said to him, I'm not convinced. So after we filled the passport forms, and then they told him they will be taking him to and they'll be taking him from the hotel to a company house where the other guys who are traveling to are residing for the 2-3 weeks that they will prepare the visa for them. So before they will be taking him to that so-called company house, then they started briefing him about the work they are coming to do, and they were like, how he can save his money, how he can convince people or friends of him to also come there. They said, this isn't what my uncle told me, so why are you telling me all these things? So my nephew began feeling sad and was down. So and they told him, oh no, you shouldn't worry. All this time I wasn't hearing from him. The last time I heard from him was when he went and filled the passport forms and then called me, and then I sent the 10,000. So I wasn't hearing from him again. So they told him, oh no, you shouldn't worry. And does he want to see my dad teacher friend? And my boy asked, but he is not in Côte d'Ivoire here, he is in Portugal. So why are they saying maybe if he sees him he will feel okay? So my boy said, okay, yes. And then he went to see the boy. So he was taken to that so-called house that the claim other guys who are traveling are also residing or staying for the meantime. So they brought 2 people out for him to identify them if he's my friend, and he said no. And then they brought a 3rd person. They said, yes, this is the friend of my uncle, because I gave him his number and they also had a chat, so he saw his picture and was able to figure him out. They said yes, and this is a friend of my uncle. So as soon as my friend saw my boy, he also felt sad and wasn't of himself. And then my nephew said, by then And the guy is called Dennis J. He teaches at Uniba a demonstration school. I learned he came to that school about a year or so ago. He was in a different district or different school, but he has just been posted to that place. So the friend told my boy, "Oh, I shouldn't worry." And this is the story. He's not traveling any outside. He also fell into it, so he is now here. And then you have to also convince somebody to come. And the room my nephew was, there were 8 guys and 3 ladies, which they have all fallen victim into it. And when you get there, then they will tell you to convince people to come. When you bring 2 people or the first person, at the money the person will pay, and you will get a percentage. After you have brought about 2 people, then whoever you will bring after, all the money the people will pay will come to you. So they will tell you, assuming you are able to bring about 4 people within a month or 3 months, and they all pay like 30,000 or 40,000, you are likely to make about 200,000 within a year or some few years. So they will put this thing in your mind that if you are able to bring more people, you will get this amount of money. And it's like each and everyone in the country you are told you are going. So according to my nephew, those who were in the room, some were told they were going to France, some were told they were going to Germany, some were told they were going to Portugal. And they normally use these European countries, being France, Holland, Germany, Portugal, and other European countries. And each and the amount he paid. So he was telling me those who were there, some paid 70,000, 60,000, 50,000, and what have you. So after they told him the main purpose of him coming here, in fact, he said he felt very, very sad and began to cry. So they encouraged him. All this while I wasn't hearing from him, but one Friday morning he quickly sent me a voice audio and then went off. So after I listened to audio, then I said, no, there's something wrong. And within that 3-4 days that my boy got there, my friend wasn't much online. When you send him WhatsApp message, he wasn't replying. It would take a longer time for him to come and respond, which wasn't so from the beginning. So he felt sad and was crying. And I said, oh no, you shouldn't worry, everything will be okay. And then my boy advised him, said that no, he cannot do this. So he said no, then he ran away. He didn't tell them. So actually, he took part seriously. He said they were briefed about how to convince people, what to tell them. They were given tutorials as to how to convince people. And he took part fully, making them to believe that, oh, he has agreed to stay. So when they realize that you have fully agreed to stay, then after a month or within a month, you'll be taken to a very nice place like a tourist site or a mall where white people do come there, and then you go and take pictures with them, and then you post it on Facebook or WhatsApp for your friends that you are convincing to know that, oh, since you have posted pictures with white guys, yes, indeed, you are outside the country, which will convince them more to also come. So after he got to know everything about what goes on there, he agreed and even told them, oh, he even has friends that he can easily convince them to come within a month or 2. So they thought my nephew has agreed to be part of that a fraud gang. So he said about 3 days time in the house, then one day he came out, went inside, came out, went inside, and at the 4th time when everybody has taken his eye off him, then he quickly ran away, got to roadside, got Uber, and the people there to the only language they speak is French. So even he wasn't getting anybody who can speak English for him to explain what has happened to him. And he left without all his things, his phone, his bag, Ghana card, WhatsApp results, BC certificate, whatever. He left everything in the room. And then fortunately he got to a market. He met one Nigerian guy who can speak English. All this time I wasn't hearing from him. So I was there when I had a call, when I checked it from Côte d'Ivoire. Then after I picked, he responded, uncle, oh, it's me. I said, what has happened? Before he told me all that I'm telling you. So he told me he was done with a Nigeria guy. So the guy has taken him home. It was around 4 p.m. So he's now with the Nigeria guy. He has run away from them. I said, Jesus. So the guy took him, asked money to send them money, 1,002, before the Nigeria guy took him all the way from Abidjan to border before he joined a Lubo car. So he spent about 4 or 5 days with them. So in all, if I add the TNT to the money I send them, 17,200 within a week, all the money went off. So this is what they are doing. My boy is saying the room which he went to, they were 11, and there were other gang leaders who are also in a different rooms or at a different places. So even one lady who was a leader had wanted to even take him to his house. They said they have rented a 3-bedroom self-contained apartment, and you'll be giving food morning, afternoon, evening. They will treat you well for you not to think of running away to come and report them. So my brothers and sisters, spread this news. It is really ongoing. They are duping people, because of the system. Everybody wants to run away. Everybody wants to seek greener pastures, and some people have taken advantage of that, and they are duping people. And the whole thing is, the one who invites you is somebody that you know. I, for instance, if I did not know this teacher friend, like, I wouldn't ask my boy to go. And according to my boy, he says those who are there, according to his conversation with them, some were brought there by their family members. The ladies, for instance, they were brought there by their boyfriends. So some sold their properties, some took loans, and what have you. So it will normally be done by some that you know, someone that you wouldn't suspect that, oh, this is a very close friend of yours, or you have known this guy for this number of years, so he cannot do this thing to you. You will believe whatever he will tell you, thinking you know him. So we must all be careful and be vigilant when they mention any of the European countries and they say come to Côte d'Ivoire or come to Nigeria, come to any of the African countries for a document to process for you. My brother, my sister, don't go. And thank you so much. The guy who did this to me is called Dennis Onyemi Eji. He's a very fair guy. I learned he's now back to Ghana and he's now trying to see if he can be reinstated in GES. He now teaches at Winneba, a demonstration school. I am making effort to go and track him. And thank you so much. Mine happened just about 3 weeks ago. And thank you so much.